FPUC is getting extended, but how soon could you receive your additional funds, and what amount of money will it be at? Hey everybody, this is LALATE with a second stimulus check and stimulus package update today. This one about unemployment benefits, especially FPUC, that's $600 from the federal government, which ran out and expired days ago. That goes on top of UI and PUA benefits. What's happening with FPUC? And will it get extended? Really great, exciting news today, but also confusing news. So let me get right to it. FPUC is getting extended. The Republicans confirmed over the weekend that FPUC will get extended under a second stimulus package that is being written up by the Republicans. The Democrats, of course, have included FPUC extensions in their proposal as well. Second, it will get extended not at that ridiculous $100 per week calculation of Mitch McConnell, but where will the amount land? Well, it will be at least $300 and up to $600. So let me get to the details right now and explain to you why this is getting so complicated when it shouldn't. Ultimately, when Congress passed FPUC back in the first stimulus package in March, they understood it was going to expire in July. Now, you could say what you want to say, but I have my own opinions. They set it to expire while they're on vacation. I think that's really, really bad hat. Ultimately, FPUC has expired. So if you will not be receiving FPUC benefits for either last week and this week, depending on which state you're in. Some states pay them on a different weekly basis. So it's going to lapse, but it will come back. Republicans now confirm that they will be extending FPUC further in the pandemic. These are the things we don't know currently. One, will you get that missed week or 2 weeks of FPUC benefits? You're potentially not receiving it for last week. You're potentially not receiving it for this week. The date at which the second stimulus package would be likely approved could be next week. That's when they go back on vacation again. I can't believe I'm even saying it with a straight face. August 8th, August 9th. So you have potentially 1 to 3 weeks you would not get FPUC. Will you get those benefits paid back to you retroactively, or are they just going to say, we're just never going to pay those missing week to 3 weeks of benefits? I just don't know. The Republicans haven't made it clear. The Democrats haven't made it clear. And no one is really getting their stories correct either. Nancy and Chuck last weekend said FPUC is set to expire. No, folks, it's already expired. States generally don't pay benefits for unemployment to the day. They pay them on a weekly basis. So a lot of states stopped paying FPUC last Monday. Some stopped paying them on Wednesday. Some stopped paying them on Friday. So when the Democrats said it's set to expire, it had already expired. I don't know why they don't grasp something so critical and important. The Republicans, on the other hand, really made a mess of not treating you well at all. They first said we're not going to extend it. Then they said they're going to extend it at $100 a week. Now they're saying they're going to extend it to something, but they let it expire. So you have two groups of people on both sides of the political party who simply let it expire. So what's going to happen? Well, it's going to get reinstated. They do confirm that. That's the great news. The issue about those missing 3 weeks, I presume they're going to pay them to you, but I don't know. Then there is the amount. The amount has become really the simple go-to story for lazy broadcast news reporters. They seem to not cover hazard pay. They don't cover rent assistance. They don't cover mortgage forbearance. They don't cover student loan debt. They don't cover anything else in the second stimulus package. They cover the $600 a week. It's as though they're getting it themselves and they're tuned in on it or something. But they've asked Steve Mnuchin, where's the number going to be? And Steve has said it's not 600. They asked Larry Kudlow last Sunday, where's it going to be? 600? It's not going to be 600. That's what the Republicans are proposing. The Democrats say, no way, no how. We're not negotiating on it. It's staying at $600. What do I think is going to happen? A lot of people keep on asking me what I think is going to happen. I think you should bet on 300 to 600. I mean, that's the easy response because that's, that's going to happen. It's going to be $300 to $600. But where will it land? I got to tell you, it looks like the Republicans really don't care about the number. They seem to just be making a pitch, and they don't understand the pitch makes no sense. On the other hand, the Democrats are saying, why do difficult calculations? The Democrats lately, with the second stimulus check and unemployment benefits, are using one line, which is, it's too difficult to calculate it. Let's just do a number. Nancy Pelosi said that with the check, and she said it also with unemployment benefits. When talking about dependents for a second stimulus check, she said, let's not pay them $500 for minor dependents. Just pay them $1,200. It's easier. It's less calculation. For unemployment benefits, her and Chuck Schumer saying, why are we reducing it less than $600 based upon their 2019 earnings? That's just too complicated. Just pay them $600 a week. Now, she is sort of right. I mean, it is easy, but it's a consistent statement. The Republicans, on the other hand, say everyone is getting rich. I can't say that with a straight face. Who's getting rich on $600 or anything? I mean, you can't get $600. Who gets rich on $600? I mean, it's like, you go to Costco, it's $200 just to walk out the door. I mean, who's getting rich on $600? It's just really, I can't even say it with a straight face. I don't know how they say it with a straight face. But they had to say something. And so the Republicans have been latching on like a bad piranha feasting at a soup plantation buffet at this one bad financial report, which no one else seems to understand is really a bad report, that said that 2/3 of people on unemployment benefits are getting rich. Actually, they didn't say getting rich, getting more money than they got when they were employed. Okay, first of all, it's such a conjecture of a report. It's all speculative. It's all hearsay. That's the first thing. Second is it says people are getting more. Well, Steve Mnuchin doesn't say we're going to reduce you to 100% of unemployment benefits. He says I'm going to give you 70%. Well, it doesn't match up, because if the reports say that people are being overpaid, Steve Mnuchin doesn't say he wants to give you a parity 100%. He wants to reduce you to 70%. Where the hell did 70% come from? It's literally, if you're asking, hey, LALATE, where did Steve Mnuchin come up with that 70%? I don't know. He just woke up and said, President, I think we should use the number 70%. It sounds really good. Let's just use 70%. It's just, the number 70% literally came out of nowhere. It came out of Steve Mnuchin's, microwave popcorn that he had that morning. It literally came out of nowhere. Now, the economists have had a very strong set of words for everyone about unemployment benefits, and they have been the following. Do not undercompensate on unemployment benefits, because if you're stingy on them and don't get the calculation right, the American economy will implode. We will go over the financial cliff, we will crash, and we will be in smithereens because you cheated people out of an additional $100, $150, $200 a week because you thought it was too rich when in fact it was too little, and we crashed. Why is the White House risking this is really not clear. A lot of viewers have asked me this as well. When you're coming into an election cycle and you're up for a presidential bid and you're behind on the rating, behind on the polls, you don't perceive yourself as being cheaper on things. You do things exactly where they should be. 100% of unemployment benefits. Let's pay 100% of unemployment benefits. No, we're going to give you a partial unemployment benefits because we think you don't want to get back to work. Oh, that's like hit me with the left hand and hit me with the right hand. First, you think I can survive on 70% unemployment benefits, and then you think I want to stay at home. Who runs for who runs a political campaign telling American citizens that they want to stay home and get rich off the American dollar, and they don't want to work, and they're misusing the system, and vote for me in the fall? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So when you ask me what I think is going to happen, I think you're going to get $600 a week. I just think this is just the biggest bunch of bollocks I've ever heard. It's, maybe $500 a week, but $300 a week, I just think it's ridiculous. I really think it's ridiculous. No one could survive on $300 a week plus your unemployment benefits. If you don't recall, $300 a week goes on top of UI and goes on top of PUA. So in California, the base level benefits is like $167 a week. So Steve Mnuchin sits back, or let's use the president. The president sits back and say, "Vote for me in the fall because I gave you $447 a week to survive on." No, 447 does. I can't survive on 447 a week. I can't. When was the last time you went to the supermarket? Okay, who can survive on 447 a week? That doesn't cut it. So I think it's really a cheap ass. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Cheap ass number. It is a cheap ass number. I just think that if any political party comes to the table when we talk about the second stimulus check and second stimulus package from the Republicans or Democrats that talks about $300 a week, I think it's just a laughing stock of the American economy. I just think it's going to look ridiculous. $500 may be more normal, $600 more normal. $400, I think it's just, I think they're in deep trouble, anyone who pushes that number. But here we go. So if you are on UI or PUA, don't understand that your UI or PUA benefits are not expiring. That's the important thing to understand. PUA has 30-something weeks of benefits, so those weeks of benefits are still continuing. That's the really great news. So you'll have a lot of weeks still of PUA benefits, which is the base level benefits of your state. It doesn't include the supplement. Again, the supplement is FPUC. That has expired. UI benefits, those are continuing. UI benefits have a lot of weeks still out there for you, so that's really good. Everyone took care of you on that the first time around in the first stimulus package. You have your normal weeks of benefits, you have your state extended benefits, and then you have FPEUC. You're like, what the hell is that, LALATE? That's that other thing from the first stimulus package. It throws additional weeks of unemployment benefits on top of that. So you have a lot of weeks of benefits, but I know you're looking at me saying, yeah, but that's at measly $167 a week, LALATE. I can't survive on $167 a week. I got it. We all know that. But I want you to understand, so we know what's expiring, what's not expiring. FPUC is expired. UI and PUA is not. I've said to viewers as well over the last, I think, week, if you are not on these benefits to get on them right away, I repeat that as well. PUA has not, I don't think, what day is it? I don't think PUA has expired as of today. So if you are eligible for PUA, get on PUA right after watching this video. If you think you're eligible, get it in. I keep on telling you people, get these things in on file. PUA, I don't think has expired as of today's recording. Maybe it has. Maybe it expired a day or two ago. That's what's important to remember. The Democrats and the Republicans propose to extend UI and PUA in a similar fashion. But as I've explained to you before, if you were already on it, you're going to get more benefits because the extensions are more lucrative than people who newly get on UI or PUA benefits for purposes of federal relief after a second stimulus package is approved. A lot of things to get there, and ultimately the thing that pisses me off and it pisses you off is we don't have this Republican second stimulus package as of 5 p.m. Pacific, as of 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, today's recording. It was promised to you. It was not delivered. This is the umpteenth time that they have failed to deliver it to you. It's coming by Pony Express. They are writing calligraphy. They've run out of parchment paper. They're still burning the gas lamp to see it in the middle of the night to figure out what they're writing. I can't make excuses for them anymore. It's just a hot mess. And ultimately, when you go to vote in the fall, remember that these are the people who allowed FPUC, these are the people who wrote FPUC to expire while they're on vacation. Don't ever, ever forget that. Because ultimately, they went on vacation, you lost your job, and you lost your benefits, and they did nothing for you as elected officials. A lot of grasping, a lot of just jaw-dropping moments today. But stay positive because it's good. They want to give it to you. They're just really dragging their feet. Coming up later today, rent forbearance, rent assistance, mortgage forbearance. Really great news. It's coming to fruition. If you're afraid about losing where you live, there's good hope for you because it's getting changed. Finally, if you did not tune into LALATE Mornings, which was a massive blockbuster, it was our most watched show in its first 3 hours ever on this channel. I was just like, Lord. So it was fun to do as well. So join us tomorrow morning for that as well. As always, stay I'm butchering the exit. How awful is that? As always, stay positive, stay laughing, stay motivated, stay informed, stay educated, and as always, stay at LA for more.